Plus there. Batting cleanup number 20, Jason
looking to get going. Brennan on the hill for the first offering. Here comes first pitch. That'll be a fastball away for ball number 1 to Cepeda. 1 ball and no strikes. Brennan gets a sign again from Jones. Here comes the 1-0. Check swing, misses off the inside corner and appeal down the line. Says no, he did not. That may have went about a fifth of the way through. Running will get set again. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's going to be driven into center field, and that gets down in front of Spec for a leadoff single. In game number 1 of the series, Cepeda
Number 3,
reached the walk. Now we'll start off this game with a hit. Yakuza coming up to bat. Grant now has a runner on first. Cepeda with a 326 average adds now to get his 26th hit of the season. Yakuza with a 377 will swing and miss on the first pitch issued from Brennan for strike number 1. Glosser in the on-deck circle, followed by Carbno. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung on and miss on the outer half as well. As Yakuza will go down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. But waits for Brennan to get on and takes a lead off the bag over at first. He's a lead for Brad. Brennan checks over and comes set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. And Grants go down, swing for the first out of the inning. Bring up to bat first baseman number 11, Dylan Glosser. Dylan comes up to the plate with a 400 batting average on the season. Has 66 RBIs, good for second on the team behind Yakuza. Glosser will have a runner on first and 1 away. First pitch from Brennan misses down and out for ball number 1. Dylan steps out and gets ready to go for the next Brenner offering. Tetons looking to strike early here in the top half of the first. See if they can give the lead to Cobb before he takes the mound for the first time. Now the 1-0 pitch to Glosser from Brennan. Dylan out in front of the off-speed pitch for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Glosser with 74 hits coming into today's action. Cepeda still over at first base. Wind pushing from the right field to left field foul pole. Next pitch tails away for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike. Game 1 temperature here from Raymond Field in Williston, 54 degrees. We got going just a little before 1 o'clock. As back on the hill is Isaiah Brennan. Pickoff move over to first. Throw down in the dirt. Now then time. Stein there with a pick. And that will keep the count at 1-2 as Glosser will step back in. Got a good lead off of first base. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Dylan. That one's going to be chased upstairs for strike number 2 to even the count at 2 apiece. The Tritons 1 pitch away from getting out of this top half of the first, putting up a second out on the board in this top half of the first. Cepeda getting another good lead off of first. The 2-2 pitch to Glosser. That one's going to be fouled back for a harmless foul ball, keeping the count at 2 apiece. In the on-deck circle for the Tetons is going to be Jason Carbno. Carbno hit a solo home run in game number 1 yesterday. Led off the top half, or the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-2 now to Glosser. Down in the dirt for ball number 3. He'll take it to work the count. Full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dylan looking to push the runners around. Brad on first with a leadoff single here in the top half of the first inning. Brennan will come set. Fires, and that'll be another foul ball from Klosser. He'll see another one. And his batter's coming up in front of him. Behind him, looking to get some good intel. As Brennan showed off some pretty good pitches so far in his first inning of service, he'll get the sign from his device on his wrist again and come set. Another payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and miss with the off-speed pitch. And Klosser will go down swing for the second out of the
Jason Cardno.
Up to bat. Number 20 right fielder, Jason Cardno. We'll look to see if he can get the second knock of the inning for Williston State. Jason into the left-hand side. First lefty up in the game for the Tetons. Brennan ready to go. First pitch of the at-bat to Cardno. It'll be a hanging breaking ball. It's going to be fouled back to the backstop as Jason falls down the count. No balls and one strike. Sweet in the on-deck circle. Ashen looking to have an at-bat here in the first. Brennan rocks on the hill now, delivers the 0-1. Fastball misses away for ball number one to even up the count at one apiece. One ball and one strike. Gratzel over at first base for the Tetons, looking to see if he can score the first run of the game for Williston State for the second game in a row. Now the 1-1 pitch to Cardno. That one catches a little bit down and in on Jason. Now he's down to his last strike of the at-bat. One ball, two strikes, runner on first and two away. Isaiah Brennan for the Tritons has struck out both outs in this first inning. He'll come set again on the hill. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Cardno. Downstairs for ball number two to even the count at two apiece. Good take by Cardno as he looks to try and protect the plate with two strikes. When not nearly as forceful as it was yesterday here at Rayvon Field, as it gusts upward of 40 miles an hour yesterday during game number one. Now the 2-2 pitch. Cardinal's going to foul that one up and out. And he'll see another 2-2 offering once again. This will be pitch number 20 of the inning now for Brennan. They bought it at first base. Will be off on contact with two away. Brennan set now the 2-2 again and chased by Cardno after a leadoff single. Brennan gets three straight strikeouts swinging. 4 outs, 1, 2, and 3. No runs on one hit. Bottom half of the first inning. Colin Cobb taking the hill. Cobb coming into this game with a 1.95 ERA on this season, giving up just 16 runs on 49 hits through 64 innings of work, and has struck out 110. It'll be McIntyre, Myers, and Stein to a 1-2-3. First pitch from Cobb, fastball that misses away from George McIntyre. Leadoff batter for the Tritons. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to McIntyre. That one will catch on the inside corner of the zone for strike number 1. McIntyre walked 3 times yesterday, was hit by a pitch and a strikeout victim once. Cobb has even up a pitch count at 1-1. Deep breath on the hill, looking to make quick work here on this first inning. Fastball just off that outside corner. And that big outside corner not there yet for Cobb. We'll have to see if it develops, as that'll put him down to the count 2-1. See if he can battle back down the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a line drive back up the middle, and that's a leadoff single for McIntyre. Runner on first and no one away for Wyatt Myers. Myers had a home run yesterday. McIntyre reaches first. He has a .495 average coming into today's action. Myers with a .412 batting average on the year. First and second, no one away. Cobb was into nowhere to get the sign. Klosser holding the runner on over at first. Here comes the first pitch to Myers. Runs in for ball number 1. Ipata and Nakuza ready up the middle to look to turn 2. And Moreno again over at third for Williston State. Cobb behind the count 1-0. Here comes the pitch to Myers. That one's going to be popped up, back and out of play for strike number 1, evening up the count at 1 apiece. Reimer again in left field, Mack in straightaway center, and Carbonneau in right. Myers back in, 1-1 the count, runner on first. McIntyre going to take off on a steal attempt, and Knorr just had a snow cone, that slider in there from Cobb. That allows McIntyre to get into scoring position and second base. Now a 2-1 count. Looking to see if he can hold the runner on at second, keep him from coming in with no one away. Zapata coming into second base to cover. He'll fall away late. 2-1 pitch. Will be lifted over into center field. Going back is Mack. He'll circle around, and there's going to be a long tag coming in from McIntyre. He'll tag and head over to third base. And the first run of the game now 90 feet away from coming home to score. Myers will fly out to center field for the first out. Sawyer Stein, first baseman, number 33, stepping up to bat next for the Tritons. Cobb looks in, Stein in for his first at-bat of .467 average and 28 home runs on the year. First one misses away. Looking to try to get Stein to chase. He's able to hold up, and he'll get ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. McIntyre deep into foul territory. Cobb will kick and deliver. Check swing. That one looked to be just right off the black of the plate, if not on it. And that'll be called a ball for a 2-0 count. Cobb said again the 2-0 pitch is going to be in there. That one looked about a good ball and a half further outside than the pitch prior. 2 balls and a strike. Stein back in again. McIntyre looking to be driven in. Sack fly could get him in. Cobb looking to paddle back and get the second out here of the inning against Stein. Next pitch. So we're trying to frame it in. Another one. Similar to the last pitch. We'll move it to 3-1. So that outside portion of the zone has been peekaboo. Sometimes it's been there, sometimes it hasn't. As Colin Wilcombe sent again the 3-1 pitch. That one is in there for a called strike number 2. We'll work the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cobb, the strikeout artist for Williston State, will step back on the hill looking to get his first right here. Comes it on the bump now, the payoff pitch to Stein. Swung on and miss, and there's a second out of the inning. There is strikeout number 111 for Cobb on the season. And it is going to be left fielder number 1, Tate Perrin. Aaron will step in with a 400 batting average on the season. He also has 20 home runs for Iowa Central. Runner on third and 2 away. Cobb's first pitch misses outside for ball number 1. Cobb has fallen behind in most of the at-bats here in this first inning, but has been able to battle back after giving that leadoff single. With McIntyre now still residing at third base, now 2 away. Next pitch out in there for a strike called, evening up the count at 1 apiece. Cobb waiting a sign from Knorr. He'll come set. Looking at the last 2 strikes he needs to get out of the inning unscathed. Here comes the 1-1. Misses down and away. Good stop by Knorr behind the dish. Prevent the run from coming into third. McIntyre was ready to get a good jump off of third base. Tetons had a run, allowed a run yesterday after a pass ball that didn't get a great bounce back. Almost had a chance of the play at the plate. Now looking to prevent another run from coming in on a miscue as Cobb looking to battle back. 2-1 the count on Perrin. Left alone upstairs to make it a 3-1 count. Second straight count. That has worked its way 3-1. Stein won at bat prior. Eventually struck out after he fell into a full count against Cobb. Now Colin looking to do the same thing against Perrin, and that will be lifted up into right field. It'll get down. Cardinal bobbles it. It's going to be thrown over to second base, and that will be an RBI knock for Perrin. They'll bring in McIntyre for the first run of the game. Only a single. See if an error is going to be put up on Cardno in right as he allowed the extra base to go for Perrin. They do put it up there in E9 as well as the single. Now up next for the Tritons is Stallman stepping up for his first at-bat of the game. Kyle's first pitch in there, called strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Stubman back in, down in the count. Cobb looking to get out of the game after allowing a run here in the first. The 0-1 pitch misses down and away in the dirt for ball number 1. Ben Jones, catcher number 12 in the on-deck circle, followed up by center fielder number 4, Will Speck. Tetons will have due up 5, 6, 7 through the lineup when they come up to bat in the top half of the second. The 1-1 pitch now from Cobb on the way to Studman. Will catch the outside corner for strike number 2. Going 1 pitch away now from getting out of the inning here against the Tritons in the first. Runner on second and 2 away. Cobb gets set to go. Here comes the 1-2 pouch pitch to Studman. That'll be lifted over into right field. Cardinal on his horse looking to see if he can cut it off. And that's going to be another run coming in. A third single of the inning as the Tritons take a 2-0 lead. That error came up to bite the Tetons. 1 at-bat later with Perrin coming in to score from second base. Catcher number 12, Ben Jones, stepping up. He has a .361 average. He comes up with a runner on first and 2 away. Jones, the 6-hole hitter. Tom takes a peek over at first. And Studman delivers the first pitch to Jones. Called strike 1. Gets ahead early in the count. No ball and 1 strike. So you look to dominate here against Jones and help his team get back to the dugout. Looking for a little offensive help as well. Coming in the top half of the second. The 0-1 pitch. Be a off-speed offering that bends in there for called strike number 2. Jones deep in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first and 2 away. Tetons trail 2-0 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Cobb takes a look over to first base and comes set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lifted up into left field, and that's going to get down in front of Reimer for a single. Now first and second. As Jones just took what Cobb gave him and lifted it softly into left field for the fourth hit of the inning for the Tritons. First and second against the center fielder, number 4, Will Specht. Specht with a .310 batting average on the season. Taking his time, looking into the sign from Nord. Looking to keep the damage from extending past 2. Now the first pitch in is going to be taken for strike number 1 on Specht. Nearly every batter for the Tritons has taken at least one pitch from Cobb here in the inning. Called again, set on the hill, checks up to second base. Nakusa behind the runner in Stedman, nothing there. Catches the inside half for strike number 2. For the third straight at bat, the Tetons are one pitch away from getting out of the inning, this time an 0-2 count. 3 straight batters have gotten hits, 4 so far in the game. Now looking in, finally found one he likes and will come set. Here comes the 0-2 to the lefty Specht. That'll be rocketed down the first base line, foul off the fence back into the field of play. Member of the Tritons jogs down and goes to pick that one up as they'll do the 0-2 once again. I'm looking to see if he can now beat Specht again with another 0-2 opportunity. Now looks up again at second. Here comes the next 0-2. This is down and away for ball number 1. Runners on first and second, 2 away here in the bottom half of the first inning. Game 2 of the District Championship Series for Williston State against Iowa Central. Tetons need to win 2 today to advance to Nationals. Iowa Central just needs 1. If they can get this one, no need for 1 coming up next as Cobb will deliver. Called strike 3 with the off-speed pitch. Gets the outside corner. And 2 strikeouts for Cobb. 2 runs for the Tritons. Now the Tetons looking to see if they can get a couple back when we Central. Stepping in is going to be Ashton Sweet for his first at-bat of the game. We will step into the right-handed side of the batter's box with a .378 batting average on the season. As you're looking to start off with a hit for the second straight inning for Williston State. First pitch, and Sweet's going to tag one up and out of play. 0-1 the count on Ashton. As he'll look to get back into the box and continue to battle. Rylan over in the on-deck circle for the Tetons. Hoping to have a runner on with Sweet when he comes up next. Brennan with the 1-0 pitch. That one is also going to be fouled off by Sweet. It'll put Ashton down into an 0-2 hole. No balls and 2 strikes coming up next week for Coyote Baseball. There's going to be the WDA play-in game. Greg McNary will have the call on that one. It'll be right here on 660 Keys News Radio. Next pitch from Brennan on the way, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. It'll be fielded by the second baseman. Fired over and an off stretch over at first, but it looks like they held his foot on. A throw over from Myers at second to Stein at first, and Stein just kept his foot on the bank. Difficult angle from up here, but looks like by the adjustment that he made, he almost came off. Sweet with the ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. Brings up to bat the catcher, number 6, Rylan Knorr, a .299 average on the season for Rylan. First pitch from Brennan. Pitch is down and away for ball number 1. Knorr, the lefty, steps back in, ready to go. Tetons trail 2-0 here in the top of the second. Brennan with the 1-0 pitch. So he's late with the same swing from Rylan and shoots it over the third base dugout. Even at the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike. Moreno now in the on-deck circle for Williston State. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another foul ball over the Teton dugout for strike number 2. Brennan has been in front of Knorr now the first couple of pitches. Looks to see if he stays and looks to beat North another one or slows things down with the off-speed offering. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that'll be out number 2 of the inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Brennan. As he got all 3 of the first outs in the first inning via strikeout. Now 1 more here in the second. As Matt Moreno stepped into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Matt has a .316 average for Williston State. And also a fairly hefty amount of extra base hits. He's looking for one right here as he'll watch the first pitch go by for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Moreno. This is down and out for ball number 2. Brennan has been fairly sharp with his breaking pitches. The Tetons have been unable to adjust as of yet. We'll look to see if by the time they get around their second time through, make the adjustment. As Moreno fouled that one back into the street behind home plate. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Now with coming in with 4 home runs on the season. As the righty has just missed quite a few numerous other times with just hooking balls foul. Next pitch will be a called strike number 2 down Main Street to even up the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one on, and 2 away. Isaac Brennan for the Tritons looking for his 5th punch out of the game. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Moreno will foul that one off. He'll live to see at least 1 more offering. And Brennan will get a fresh baseball to do it all over again. Gage Macri in the on-deck circle for Williston State, the center fielder, number 12. Brennan with the next 0-2 pitch. That one misses down and away. And that works the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Tetons have been able to see quite a few amount of pitches in their few at-bats they've had so far through 1 1/3. Now looking to see if they can translate that into some more base hits. No runs on one hit so far. Moreno looking to change that on the payoff pitch, and that one's going to be down and in for a walk. First walk of the game. Put a runner on
Nothing.
and 2 away.
Number 12, Gage Factory.
First walk issued in the game for Brennan as Mack will step in to the right-hand side. Gage Macri, the center fielder, number 12. Carter Reimer, the left fielder, number 35 in the on-deck circle. Runner on first and 2 away. Brennan delivers the first offering to Mack. Will catch the outside corner for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Laredo takes a very moderate lead off of first. The 1-0 pitch to Mack is going to be the 2-0 pitch. Now, after that one will miss in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Isaac Brennan coming back on the bump for the Tritons will come set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Mack. Now it's going to be fought off along the handles, and that is going to be somehow caught by Myers at second. He steals away from a hit away from Macri, and the Tetons get no runs on no hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base after 1.5 complete. It is a 2-0 Triton lead. We'll be back for the bottom half in 1 minute. One coming up for the Tritons of Iowa Central. Sanoa, Carpenter, and McIntyre do up. Sam Sanoa stepping in to the left-hand side of the batter's box. His first at-bat of the game. First pitch in from Cobb. Will get to the outside corner for strike number 1.
This is lefties.
Sanoa with a 365 average on the season. Cobb starts off on top, 0-1, looking to see if he can continue. Next pitch, that one swung on and missed from Sanoa, who's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Cobb, who struck out 2 in the first inning, looking to see if he can get a quick start for Williston State in the second, and that one misses just down low. Doesn't get a chase swing from Sanoa. Will work the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cobb looking to see if he can't get up on top and try to dominate batters early and often in at bats. Delivers the 1-2 pitch, check swing, and appeals says no, he did not go around.
Oh,
And a very emphatic no call down the third base line. As Sanoa back into the box. Cobb taking his time now, the 2-2 pitch.
Yep.
Just off the outside corner. Moves the count full now to lead off batter in the bottom half of inning number 2. Bryson Carpenter, the right fielder, number 6, due up next. Now the payoff pitch. They foul back to the backstop. And they'll do it all over again. Cobb works his way back to the mound, taking his time. Take his full allotment here of the 20 seconds for the pitch count if he so chooses. 10 seconds left to go, and he's going into the wind-up payoff pitch. Swung on, and check swing again. And that time they're going to say he went. So Noah walking down to first base has to make a sharp right turn and head to the dugout. And as the first out is recorded, Cobb picking up the punch out, his third of the game. As stepping in now is going to be Bryson Carpenter, the right fielder, number 6. Carpenter waiting the first offering. He'll chase one that tails away. We'll see if he gets a heavy dose of sliders here after the first one absolutely disappeared on him. 0-1. Copies of the sign from Noor and delivers the next pitch. That's going to be a foul ball and a tough one there off of Carpenter as he went to go check swing and it hit off either right around the hands or on the cap of the bat. Carpenter again in. Here comes the 0-2 from Cobb. And that one gets in there as well. Carpenter thought that one was going to hit him in the rib cage. Instead, it disappears into the glove of Ryland Noor for another backwards K in the books, and 2 are away. Now up is George McIntyre, the leadout batter for these Tritons. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Cobb gets ready to go. Here comes the first pitch to McIntyre. Another good slider in there for a called strike number 1. We'll see if Cobb delivers. Goes back up and in with a fastball for the next one. He goes down and away, catches the zone. McIntyre again looking in on it. We'll have to see what Cobb is going to work with now. No balls and 2 strikes. That's going to be rolled over to third base. Moreno gets it in a laser to Klosser. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. Cobb gets 2 more punch outs for the Tetons as they still trail by 2 heading into the third. We'll be back. Lead things off here in this top half of inning number 3. 9-1-2 up for the Tetons here in this third inning. Coming across
Number 35.
with
Carter
stepping up
Reimer.
to see if he can't be hit number 2 in the game for the Tetons or find a way to reach safely. It's an any way you can game for Williston State with their season on the line. You're in the knockout game in this region, or the district championship series. Brennan in for his third inning of work. He'll put a first pitch fastball on the outer half for strike number 1. Carter back in the left-hand side. Brennan with a breath on the bump. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing from Carter. That one just misses off the plate, even up the count at 1 apiece. Ivana in the on-deck circle, followed up by Nakuza, 9-1-2 for the Tetons. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way, that one's going to be lifted up and drift out of play. The third base umpire if the third baseman for Iowa Central would have taken off and Studman there, he may have ran in to the third base umpire who was putting on his best 40 time tracking that ball in foul territory. Brennan ready to go for the next offering to Reimer. That one misses away to even it down at 2 apiece. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He just yanked it.
Carter ready to go. Again, looking to protect the plate with 2 strikes. Next pitch from Brennan will miss down for ball number 3. Brennan issued his first walk in the second inning. And now his works the count full against Reimer. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no one on, no one away. The leadoff batter in the top half of inning number 3. Brennan with the payoff pitch to Reimer is going to moonshot one. And that one is going to hang over into right field. Carpenter drifting in, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. A towering shot into right.
Number 2, Bradley Cepeda.
Brings up to the center fielder number 2, Bradley Cepeda, who's 1 for 1 in the game for the Tetons. He has their lone hit, and that was the leadoff at bat in the top half of the first inning. As he lined it up the middle for a knock, but unfortunately was stranded at first when the first came to a conclusion for the Tetons. Now no one on and 1 away, looking to see if he can reach safely for the second straight time. Late shift from the Tritons in the outfield as the first pitch from Brad's on the way. He's going to pop that one up the elevator shaft. And coming in is McIntyre to make the catch for the second out of the inning. P6 in the books for out number 2.
Number 3, Grant
Brings up to
Akusa.
bat Grant Nakuza, who's a strikeout victim in his first trip to the plate. The start of 3 straight on strikes for the Tetons. Nakuza, Closser, and Carbno to close out the first inning. Grant looking to turn his fortune here and see if he can't unload on one into the gap with a first pitch on the way from Brennan. That's going to be a sharp shot over to McIntyre. A backstop. He's going to 2-hop it to first in time for the third out of the inning. 6-3 on the putout for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. After 2.5 complete, it's still a 2-0 Triton lead back for the in the third. He'll be up against 2-3-4 Myers, Stein, and Perrin for Iowa Central. As stepping into the right-handed side of the batter's box, second baseman for Wyatt Myers with a sac fly in the first inning. Myers steps into the box. Kyle gets a sign and delivers the first offering. Taking on the upper half for strike number 1. Lions continue to be patient, especially on first pitches, as Cobb will gladly oblige them taking and punching in an early strike. Now the 0-1. That one falls off to the dirt for ball number 1 to even up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stein in the on-deck circle. He struck out in his first at-bat. Here comes the 1-1. And a good take there from Myers on a breaking ball from Cobb to get ahead in the count of Colin. Now 2 balls and a strike. Myers hit a 2-run home run yesterday. Now we'll take the 2-1 pitch, as that one had more great movement just upstairs on Myers, who will get ahead now 3 balls and a strike. Colin back to the windup. Here comes the 3-1. That'll catch the outside corner. There's the Pete zone we know and love, as that works the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Myers back in. Cobb looking for a quick first out here of this bottom half of the third. Will deliver the payoff pitch to Myers. That one's going to be lifted into center field. Back is going back towards the warning track, and that's going to be a home run. The wind-aided fly from Myers just limped over the fence, and that will be the 3rd run of the game for these Tritons. And Cobb gives up his 2nd home run of the postseason. Bringing up to bat, Sawyer Stein now with a 3-0 lead over 1 with a strikeout.
I thought Gage had that all day.
Stein waiting 2-step in. Cobb ready to go on the hill. First pitch on the way to Stein. Offering goes upstairs for ball number 1. No one on and no one away. Out a leadoff home run from Myers. Now Perrin in the on-deck circle, followed by Studman. 1-0 pitch from Cobb. Knorr with his glove hanging out there, hanging it like a frame, and did not get the call. Now 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 pitch from Colin. That one whips into the right-hand side of the batter's box for ball number 3. A little frustration, I think, building for Cobb after giving up that home run. Also not getting a couple of calls here, as he'll get back up onto the hill. 3 balls and no strikes to Stein, looking to avoid issuing the walk, and he does not, as that puts the runner on first. And Coach Prey is going to come down to calm his starting pitcher down here in this 2nd game of the championship series. We'll be back in a half a minute. On the hill, as he'll have a runner on first and no one away in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. St. Perrin with stepping in, pickup move over to first, not in time. Perrin 1 for 1 in the game. He reached first and advances second after an error. His pitch going to catch it outside corner for ball number 1. 1 ball and no strikes. That one definitely looked to have caught the majority of that front portion of the plate. Now 1-0 on the way. Nor going to set up outside. They fouled off by Perrin. Even things up at 1-1. Stepping back in is going to be Perrin. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Tetons have given up 1 run here in the inning. They have a runner on. The Tritons have a runner on first base. Cobb set to go for the 1-1 pitch. Misses away for ball number 2. Colin a dominant second inning. Now looking to see if he can't round back into form here in the third. Pickoff move first again. That one misses up and away. Well, don't think Gloucester had a chance to get the snap tag in as Stein dives back in safe at first. Seven in the on-deck circle, followed up by Jones. Here comes the 2-1 pitch over to Moreno. Up to Zapata at second, and he's going to turn the corner in time. A 5-4-3 double play to put up in the bounce on the board. And that will be now no one on and 2 away as Dunbar will step in. And we'll get ready to go for his next at bat. He is 1 for 1 in the game with a single in the first. Fouls the first pitch back for strike number 1. No balls and a strike. Tetons still within just 3-0 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Looking to see if they can get a hold here in the third and look to start to battle back in the fourth. Cobb's next pitch gets whipped wide for ball number 1. Makes its way to the backstop and evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Speck comes up from his spot along the dugout to pick that pitch up. Now the 1-1 from Cobb. And a great breaking ball in there for a called strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore gets the next sign in there quickly. Here comes the 1-2. Slider misses away to even up the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cobb ready again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It'll be lifted over Moreno. Dive, but not there in time. We'll put a runner back on first. 5th hit of the game for these Tritons, as they'll have a runner on first and 2 away in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Coming up to bat is the catcher, number 12, Ben Jones. He's 1 for 1 so far in the game. Jones singled and was stranded on first in the 1st inning. Now back up again here in the bottom of the 3rd. Center fielder number 4, Will Speck, due up next. Cobb takes a peek over at first base. Next pitch is going to be a grounder up to Zapata. He'll step on second for the 3rd out of the inning. 4 unassisted for out number 3. And that'll be 1 run coming in on 2 hits, no errors, and
Dylan
Foster back up for his second at bat of the game. He's over 1 so far. He was a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. As Dylan looking to see if he can help his team out here in the 4th. Tetons within striking distance, looking to force a winner-take-all game number 3. Brennan with the first pitch to Klossner. He's going to send a soft one over into right field, and that's gets down for a knock. Picking it up is going to be Carpenter over in right, and Klossner reaches
Number 20, Jason Cardinal.
Brings up to bat Jason Cardinal, the right fielder, number 20. Cardinal also over on the strikeout. We're going to see if he can replicate the success that Klossner had. Dylan will start off with a short lead off of first. A good base runner. And heads up player will drop back to first after Cardinal fouls the first one back for strike number one. Looking in again, he is going to be Brennan, picking up a sign from his wrist and will come set. The 0-1 pitch to Cardinal, taking on the outer half to the lefty for strike number two. No balls and 2 strikes. Ashton Sweet in the on-deck circle, followed up by Ryland Nord. Looking over again at first is going to be Brennan. Now the 0-2 count. He swung on and missed, and Cardinal goes down on strikes for his second straight at bat.
Number 7,
Ashton Sweet. Runner on first and one away. Sweet grounded out to second base in his first at bat of the game. Looking to see if he can move closer around the bases. Stepping on the hill again is Brennan. Now the first pitch to Sweet. That's going to be lifted up into left field. Back is going the left fielder towards the wall. That's going to be off the wall. Klossner rounds his way around second. Heading into third. It'll be a stand-up double for this top half of the fourth inning.
Number 6, Ryland Nord.
Bring up to bat, catcher number 6, Ryland Nord. A chance to make it a one-run game with one swing. As the umpire that's heading to the slot had a quick word with Brennan. Getting ready to go now. We'll face runners on second and third. First time that he's been in a significant of a jam. Nord looking to bring in a couple here for the Tetons. First pitch from Brennan misses down and away for ball number 1. Nord over 1 in the game. He struck out in the fourth inning. Ahead in the count here. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Moreno in the on-deck circle. As Isaac Brennan into his fourth inning of work. It's set to go on the hill. The 1-0 pitch to Ryland. He swung on and missed to even the count up at 1 apiece.
Where's he at now? Is he in Wisconsin?
Ball and 1 strike.
Winthrop? Yeah.
No dig in and coming set again is Brennan. The 1-1 pitch. That's down in the dirt. Jones was able to smooth that one and take it off his chest protector. Keeps a run from coming in to score. And puts Nord ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryland looking for something left over that he can lift in down the right field line. Next pitch is going to be down the left field line, and it'll be hooking. Oh, no. Here Klosser's going to tag. Here comes the throw. It'll be over the cut and not in time. That's going to allow Sweet to advance over to third base after a tag. And the Tetons are on the board. Now make it a 3-1 game in the top half of the third with the Tritons up on top. Sweet over and Nord a sac fly to left field. As he will remain over 1 in the game. Now with a runner on third base, and he is going to be Matt Moreno, and walked in his first at-bat of the game. Ashton over on third base. Jones will have to look to be a wall again behind. First pitch to Moreno, and he's going to check out 1. And there's a peel coming down the third base line, but Pete said not necessary. He'll call strike number 1 behind the dish. No balls and a strike. They're ready to go again. We continuing to push from the right field to left field foul pole. Brennan now the 0-1. Misses outside for ball number 1 to even the count at 1 apiece. Sweet with a 1-out double here in the top of the 4th. Set up Klosser being sacked in by Knorr. And now Moreno looking to drive in Sweet from third base as the 1-1 pitch from Brent is on the way. And that one runs in along the hands of Moreno. He'll fight it off and fall down into the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on third base, and 2 away. Matt over 0 on the game, looking to go 1 for 1 and make it a 1-run game. Brennan will slide, deliver another one down and away. Great pick from Jones behind the dish for the Tritons. He'll take it clean off the hop, and now Moreno back into 2 count. Brennan checking the runner over on third. The righty set to go. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Moreno. Check and appeal to the line. He didn't go around, and that works the count full. Throwback from Jones. A little bit low back to Brennan. He was able to secure it on the hill. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third and 2 away. Moreno looking to win the battle against Isaac Brennan here in the top half of the 4th inning. Payoff pitch on the way. That's going to be called strike number 3 at the shoe tops as Moreno goes down looking. 1 run comes in on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. After the end of 3.5 complete, it is a 3-1 Triton lead. Tetons looking to get a hold here in the bottom half. Line over 3 with 3 punch outs. And it is going to be Cobb back on the hill. We're going to see if he can get 3 more for a quick bottom half of this 4th inning as the Tetons get their first run of the game in the top half of the 4th. Back to left, he will lead things off for Iowa Central. Cobb gets the first sign and delivers. That'll be lifted up into foul territory. Moreno giving chase. Wynn's going to push it just over the fence and out of play. The land in there forced strike number 1 on spec. They'll wait for the defense to get back set in the outfield. Will step back into the left-hand side of the batter's box. Both games today, if we do have 2, are guaranteed to go 9 innings. As the 0-1 is going to be swung on and missed for strike number 2. And any clenching or winner take all game for collegiate baseball or automatic 9 innings for baseball. As the 0-2 now on the way from Cobb. A hard grounder over to Klosser. He'll take it himself. Touches on the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Brings up to bat the designated hitter number 31, Sam Sanoa. Sanoa went down swing to start off the 2nd. Working his way back up on top of the hill. Now takes off the first sign and second from Nor. Finds what he likes now, delivers the first offering to Sanoa in their 4th strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Sanoa struck out Sweet on a full count, his first at-bat of the game. The 0-1 pitch is going to be lifted high into center field. Mac drifting in, Wind pushing it over into left lightly, and he will make the catch as he accounted for that drift early and came right in, let it circle back over to him. Grabs for out number 2. F8, and Carpenter comes up to the plate. 0-1. He also struck out in the 2nd inning. Went down on 3 consecutive pitches. Back in again. Setting up on the outer half is going to be Nor. Here comes the first pitch to Carpenter. That one dives into the zone for strike number 1. The ball's and a strike. Cobb starts off with the off-speed pitch. Here comes the second one. That one's going to be on the outside corner. Swung on and missed as Carpenter goes down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Now 1 pitch away from getting out of this bottom half of the 4th in order. Here comes the 0-2. That was going to be fought off down the first base line, and that's going to be a dying Quail. There's a chance for Carpenter. He's going to dig for 2, and he'll get in there with a hustle double. So just a little soft one that found a nice little hole in right field, nestled in and trickled along the fence for a double. Now we'll make it a runner in second in scoring position and 2 away. Bringing back the top of the lineup in shortstop, number 8, George McIntyre. McIntyre is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a ground out. He'll be up for the 3rd time here against Cobb. That was the 7th hit of the game for these Tritons. Now looks up at second and gets ready to go. Here comes the first pitch. We fouled back by McIntyre for strike number 1. All 3 at bats. McIntyre has started off down in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Cobb looking to make it an 0-2 count against McIntyre for the 2nd straight at bat. Bat cuts in towards second. Now falls back into the hole. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That'll be popped up into right field. Drifting foul. Coming over is going to be Cardinal, and he'll make the catch along the first base line for out number 3. On 660 Keys News Radio, coming up for Williston State here in this top half of inning number 5. Mac Reimer and Zepak. 8-9-1. Isaac Brennan back on the hill for his 5th inning of work. Mac stepping up to the plate. He is over 1 so far in the game. He had a hit stolen away from him by Meyer at second, back in the 2nd inning. Ahead in the count 1-0. Next pitch is going to be a shoot-up called strike number 2. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Coach Priz starting to get fired up down the third baseline about some of the calls made at home. Brennan now with a 1-1 pitch, and that one will be fouled, backing out of play by Mack, and to ball in the count behind 1-2. And Coach Priz just got dumped. And that is, he's going to get his money's worth here in this one. We're going to send it back to the station. We'll be back for more Teton baseball in 30 seconds. Michael back here for Teton Baseball on 660 Keys News Radio. A little bit of delay still in play here as Max waiting to step back into the right-handed side of his batter's box. No one on, no one away. 1 ball and 2 strike count. Isaac Brennan working his way back onto the hill. Brennan gets set. Here comes the 1-2 to Mac. That's going to be sent down the first base line, hooks towards the bullpen area. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mac back into the right-handed side of the batter's box. Brennan will look in. Tetons looking to see if they can use that to fire themselves up here in the 2nd game of the District Championship Series. Brennan with the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be sent high into the air. It'll stay in the infield. Making the catch at first base is going to be Stein, and that'll be 1 away.
Nobody.
In the top half of the 5th,
Carter
Reimer. The left fielder, number 35, Carter Reimer. Reimer over 1 so far in the game. He'll set himself into the right-handed side. Reimer flew out to right field. Then a towering shot out to right that Carpenter was able to come in and pick up. Here comes the first pitch to Reimer. He's going to foul that one back into the backstop for strike number 1. Bradley Cepeda stepping into the batter's box with Nakuza due up third. No one on and 1 away in the the top half of the 5th inning. Brennan with the 0-1 pitch. Misses high for ball number 1. Evens up the count on Reimer. 1 ball and a strike. Tetons trail by just 2, 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Breaking ball misses up and away to Carter, who will get ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Carter steps back into the left-handed side. Lefty versus righty here, the leadoff batter in the 5th. Brennan with the windup and 2-1 pitch. Carter with a hefty swing as he evens up the count at 2-2, coming up empty with it. Reimer's done a good job here this postseason, being a little more patient in the box. Now the 2-2 looking to protect as he'll foul one off, but it'll go just pop out of the glove of Jones. Reimer will stay alive for at least 1 more offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one on, no one away. Williston State trails 3-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Deep breath on the hill from Brennan. He'll go to the windup. The 2-2 pitch is going to miss high for ball number 3. Reimer able to work the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to reach safely any way he can. Brad 1 for 2 in the on-deck circle. Reimer up with his second at-bat, looking to match that. Here comes the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 for the first out of the inning.
Nobody.
That'll bring up
Number
the bat.
2, Bradley Cepeda.
Cepeda, the second baseman, number 2. That was the 6th strikeout of the game for Brennan, as Cepeda will step in 1 for 2 in the game. He singled in the first at-bat of this second game of the District Championship Series. Brennan getting the call from his wrist device will settle in and deliver the first pitch to Cepeda. Will take it in there for strike number 1. The first pitch fastball down the middle at the knees. Nakuza in the on-deck circle. No one on and 2 away. Cepeda looking for his second knock. Brennan will kick and deliver the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be a knock in there for Brad, tailing away from Carp. No, Carper's going to miss it. Cepeda's going to curl around. He'll get up into second base. So Cepeda gets in there to second. Now runner in scoring position and 2 away. Carpenter with the in out right. And he had that one secured in his glove. Looked like he almost overran it and hit off then to the palm of his glove. As that'll be Grant Nakuza stepping up with a runner in scoring position. Nakuza over 2 so far in the game. He's looking to reach safety for the first time. The wind blowing into the power for Nakuza, looking to see if he can't push one off as he will take a big cut in his first pitch he sees, and he'll fall down to the count. No balls and 1 strike. And starting off the moderate lead out at second base, Brennan will come set again on the hill. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Nakuza. It's going to be driven into left field. Back is going the left fielder towards the wall, and that one is to the warning track for the third out of the inning. Nakuza just missed tying it up on 1 swing. We'll head back to the bottom of the 5th inning in 1 minute. For Teton Baseball on 660 Keys News Radio here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. A 2-run game, 3-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Colin Cobb back out for his 5th inning of work. He's given up 3 runs on 7 hits so far against this Iowa Central team. And stepping up is going to be the second baseman, number 14, Wyatt Myers. Myers with a solo home run to lead off the 3rd inning. As he soared one in the air, and the wind helped just keep carrying it out. As the first pitch, Cobb misses away for ball number 1, and the Teton faithful starting to get a little bit louder in their discontent with some of those calls being made behind the dish. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Cobb is going to be lifted up and out of play by Myers to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. In the on-deck circle is Stein, followed up by Perrin for Iowa Central. Myers back into the right-hand side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Collin quickly picks up the sign and delivers. Swung on and missed. Myers chases one. And it looks silly as he goes down to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Myers takes a breath and gets back in. Cobb looking for a mote of retribution to get back after Myers got the solo home run in their last battle. Here comes the 1-2. Check swing from Myers. He wanted to take a piece of it, but it disappeared off the table and into the dirt for ball number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Colin working his way around the back of the hill. He'll get back on top. Myers 1 for 1. He hit a sac fly in the first inning. Now will deliver the 2-2 pitch. Get it from Cobb. And that one is going to be just a foul tip. Norm looks like he took that foul tip off his throwing hand. He's continuing to flex it behind his back here in between pitches. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Players milling around the Tritons bullpen, no one up for Williston State as the 2-2 pitch from Cobb is going to be whipped well wild to the backstop to work the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sawyer Stein, the on-deck circle, is 0 for 1 in the game. Cobb has walked just 1 here so far in this one. It is Stein who's up next. Now the payoff pitch, and Myers can't get up to the high heat. It'll be a strikeout number 4 in the game for Cobb, and out number 1 in this bottom half of the 5th inning. So Steen coming up to bat next, the first baseman, number 33. He has struck out and walked so far in this one. Tate Perrin, left fielder number 1, and cleanup batter due up next. First pitch from Cobb, and a gross off-speed pitch gets in there for strike number 1. Cobb will kick and deliver the 0-1 pitch. Another one in there, and Stein can't grab it. He goes down, no balls and 2 strikes. Colin looks to be feeling it. Might have found his form here in this 5th. Looking to bury another one in there for strike 3. Here comes the 0-2. And another one gets whipped wide. That's the 4th or 5th time that he has sent one that wide. And Norris still fiddling around with his throwing hand after taking a foul tip off of it here a couple of batters ago. Stepping back in is going to be Stein. A 1-2 count. Copper will kick and fire, and that one will be swung on and missed for strike number 3. 2 straight punch-outs for Colin. He now has 6 in the game, and Tate Perrin will step into the right-handed side. 1 for 2 so far in the game. His last at-bat in the 3rd, he grounded into a double play. The first 2 outs of the inning. Top of the first pitch to Perrin here in the 5th, and that one is going to catch that outside corner that decided to make an appearance. No balls and a strike. After the throwback got away, Kyle will make his way back to the top of the hill and get ready to go. No balls and a strike. Kyle will deliver the 0-1 pitch, misses high for ball number 1. Evening up the count against Perrin, 1 ball and 1 strike. Parker Studman in the on-deck circle. He's 2 for 2 so far in the game. Next pitch, that one will catch the outside corner to Perrin. As there's some head scratching going on now from the Triton coaching staff. Cobb 1 pitch away from striking out the side and getting his guys up to bat in the 6th with some momentum building. He'll go into the windup. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And the side gets put down on the strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. Tetons coming alive. Good guys still trail by 2, 3-1. Back for the top of the 6th in 1 minute.
Dylan
Just through the heart
Cluster.
of the lineup awaits. Next pitcher for the Tritons here in the 6th inning. Tetons still within just 2 runs, 3-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Dylan Clauser will step into the right-hand side of the box. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and has scored the lone run for the Tetons thus far. First pitch from Stewart. Clauser is going to send one over the top of the first base dugout for strike number 1. Looking to jump on a first pitch fastball. Stewart back up on top of the hill. Taking his time to pick up the signal. He'll get it and come set with less than 10 seconds on the pitch clock. Here comes the 0-1 to Clauser, who leaves that one away for ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stewart has allowed a .200 batting average against him so far this season. He'll deliver the 1-1 pitch. Clauser will foul that one off and found himself down into a 1-2 hole, looking to battle back as the leadoff batter here in the 6th. Cardinal in the on-deck circle, followed by Sweet. Jason looking to shake for even 0 for 2 start with 2 strikeouts here in this do-or-die game for Williston State. Coming set again is Stewart. Here comes the 1-2 to Dylan. Misses away, and that one sails back to the backstop. Jones will pick it up and hand it back to Pete, who'll give an inspection before dropping back into his saddlebag. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Clauser. Couple players milling around the bullpen for the Tetons. No serious activity as of yet. Now the 2-2 pitch will miss downstairs for ball number 3. Great eye by Clauser. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Clauser looking to win the first battle for the Tetons against Stewart. Will again come set. The righty will deliver the payoff pitch. That one will be downstairs for ball number 4.
Number 20, Jason Cardinal.
And coming up to the plate as the potential tying run is Jason Cardinal. Cardinal over 2 in the game. He does have a ton of pop from the left-hand side, looking to see if he can muscle one out to tie things up or at least push Clauser back around the bases. First pitch from Stewart, and Cardinal's going to show bunt. He'll pull back late as the first pitch fastball runs down and in for ball number 1. Tetons looking to deliver a little bit of small ball here in the 6th. We'll see if Carv shows bunt again. Clauser with a moderate lead off the bag at first. Stewart will come set another show of a bunt, and Cardinal can't get it down. Breaking ball will have the just fall through the bunt attempt, and that'll even up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stewart to the next attempt, and Cardinal again misses the bunt attempt. That puts him down into an 0-2 hole. Or excuse me, a 1-2 hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the bunt taken away from Cardinal. He'll dig back in, now looking to see if he can protect his plate and get it done with a stick. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stewart again set. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to hit Cardinal on the knee, and that will get the job done. Hit by pitch will make it.
Number 7, Ashton Sweet.
First and second for Ashton Sweet. Sweet with a double so far in the game. Jones coming up to check on his starting pitcher. We'll see if they issue a mound visit here for this one. It looks like they will not in between at bats here. So Jones heads back 2 behind the plate and gets ready for Sweet to step back in. Ashton hit one off the wall, his last at-bat in left field, looking to see if he can get another knock in to drive in 1 or 2 runs here for the Tetons. No checking the defensive alignment here behind him. Here comes the bunt attempt from Sweet. Ashton's going to be hit on the first pitch, and they will call that a foul ball and send him back to the plate. So Sweet will walk back, look now to see if the Tetons can push the runners further. See Sweet now playing a little bit of small ball. Nor in the on-deck circle. Ryland hit a sacrifice fly in the 4th to bring in Clauser. That's going to be a hard ground ball. Sweet's got a chance to get doubled up over to third. Will step on the bag and fire to first in time for A 5-3 double play to put 2 outs on the board. Cardinal now up at second as a lone base runner for Williston State. And the Tetons now looking to get just one after they had a very promising start to this top half of the 6th inning. Nor will step in looking for his first hit of the game. He is 0 for 1 so far. Struck out back in the second and hit the RBI sac fly in the third. Now here in the 6th inning, he has Moreno in the on-deck circle, followed by Mack. First pitch, and Nor half-check swings, and he'll go more than halfway around for strike number 1. Rydell looking to see if he can kick things off and get an RBI single. 0-1 pitch, misses down and away for ball number 1. Ball gets off the front of Stewart's glove, but it goes to the third base side. And Carno, no chance to swipe an extra bag. Jones behind the dish has been fantastic in keeping anything in front of him with runners on. Now looking to do the same with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. 1-1 count on Nor. He gets back in right on top of the dish. Here comes the next pitch. Misses down and away to the lefty for ball number 2. Stewart again going to the rosin bag, as he may be having a little bit of issues getting the grip he wants on the ball. Quickly looks in and comes set. No one holding Cardinal on the bag at second. The 2-1 pitch misses away for ball number 3. And the Tetons now 1 pitch away from getting a second runner on the board for the second time in the inning. Nor again ready to go. Jones sets up away. Here comes the 3-1 from Stewart. That's going to miss in the dirt, and Ryland will draw the walk to bring up to bat the third baseman, number 9, Matt Moreno. Moreno kicking the rubber around, will step in. He is 0 for 1 in the game. He walked in his first at-bat. And there's going to be a mound visit here for Stewart before we get to the Moreno.
Go, buddy, pick up.
Mike back here for Teton Baseball on 60 Keys News Radio. Matt Moreno, the third baseman, number 9, steps into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Runners on first and second, 2-away in a 2-run game. Stewart's next pitch after a mound visit misses just inside to Moreno for ball number 1. We're taking his time on the hill, finally engages with the rubber and looks in. He'll check up again at second, the 1-0 pitch. Moreno will take that one along the outer half for strike number 1. Every pitch coming in from the dugout for this Triton squad. Again, it'll be Stewart back up on top. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Matt. Down in the dirt, that's going to allow both runners to advance as it kicks away from Jones. Second and third for the Tetons. Now a single can tied up here for Moreno. It's a 2-1 count as well. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on second and third and 2-away. Sean Stewart in his first inning of service, now looking to get the Tritons out of their own little jam. Tetons looking for their 5th hit of the game right here. But again, it is going to be Stewart now, the 2-1 pitch. Short hop over to third. It's going to be bottled. Moreno has a chance to beat it out, and he still can't get there in time as the Tetons lead the tying run on base. They get no runs on no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on after 5.5 complete. Still a 3-1 game. Back come the Tetons out for the bottom. The battle back here in this one, coming up for Iowa Central and the Tritons, is going to be 5, 6, 7 through the lineup. Studman, Jones, and Specht. Parker Studman steps into the batter's box for his third at-bat of the game, and he'll take strike one in there from Cobb. Studman is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Here's the next pitch in there from Cobb, and that one, another great offering for a called strike two. One pitch away from getting his 8th strikeout of the outing. He'll get the 0-2 offering, and that one's going to be ripped over to Moreno just underneath his diving glove. That'll be the 3rd hit of the game for Studman. 3 singles now. Catcher Ben Jones step up to the plate. Jones is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a ground out. Comes again over into the right-hand side. Doing great behind the dish so far. Now looking to see if he can help out his team at the plate. Will Specht, the center fielder, number 4, will step into the batter's box next, followed by designator hitter Sam Sanoa. Quick pickoff move over to first and a bang-bang play. Just couldn't get the tag in time from Kloster. As that was a great throw to try and get Studman off the bag. He might think about shoring up that lead by just a hair. As Cobb again will take the mound and come set. Next pitch in there to Jones, and he's going to trickle that one foul for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Teton looking to turn 2 up the middle, put a couple quick outs on the board. Looks like the rosin bag has fallen off the back of the hill, and the umpire from the slot makes himself part of the inning and kicks that back onto the hill. 0-1 the count. Cobb looks in, gets set to go. He has 5 seconds on the pitch count. He'll come set. He'll kick with 1 second left as that one's going to be popped up down the first base line. It'll drift foul. Kloster waits in. It'll be about 15 feet too far out of play. Jones in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first and no one away in this bottom half of the 6th inning. Tetons looking to see if they can't come from behind here in this one. They gave up 2 in the first and 1 in the third. Williston State's first run came in the top half of the 4th inning when Dylan Kloster was sacked in by Ryland Knorr to score the first run. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Misses just off the outside corner of the zone for ball number 1. And everyone along the dugout and in the fans wearing green thought that one was going to be rung up for strikeout number 8 for Cobb. Now looks to get back to work here with the 1-2 offering to Jones. Studman over on first base. Pitch is on the way. Check swing and appeal down the line. As he did not go around on that one as the count is evened up now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Comeback on the hill. He'll look in quickly to Knorr to pick up the sign. 5 seconds on the pitch clock again for Cobb. He'll fire the next one. That was going to be popped back out of play by Jones, who's doing a good job battling and staying alive in the at-bat against Cobb. Jones so far in the game is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Jones taps the plate. Ready to go again. Cobb will check the runner at first and come set. Pickoff move again, not in time. Step and a dive back from Studman. Looking to give his infield up the middle the best opportunity they can to try and roll one up should there be an induced ground ball to one of the infielders. Another 2-2 offering on the way. That one's going to be fouled off by Jones as well. Good job just getting his bat into the path of the ball, not really doing much with it. Just staying alive, waiting for Cobb to make a mistake. And this could be here a while if these two continue going at it to battle. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, and no one away. Call it again, will come set. A 2-2 pitch to Jones. Check swing, call strike 3. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Jones buckled and froze as he heads back to the dugout of Popsicle with 1 out on the board. Stepping up is going to be Will Specht. the center fielder, number 4. Speck is over 2 so far in the game. Runner on first and 1 away. Tetons going to get out of the inning. If they can roll one up now, the lefty up in Speck. First pitch, and he's looking to put one down. Back pick down to first. Gloucester couldn't kind of whip around in time to get it as there's a big jump by Studman after the pitch. Looking for the bunt for a little small ball. Speck struck out in the first and then grounded out to Gloucester in the 4th. Cobb ready to go. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, chase upstairs. And that'll be missed for strike number 1 to even up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike. Studman still getting the lead off of first. Not the most fleet of foot runner on the bases for the Tritons. As Colin checks over again and comes set. The 1-1 pitch is going to be swung on and missed as that one disappeared on Speck. And he ended up with a bunch of air to fall down in the strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back in again. 1-2 count. And the lead off the bag is Studman. Sanoa in the on-deck circle, the designated hitter, number 31. Cobb set again with the 1-2 pitch. Misses up and away with a fastball to even the count back up at 2-2. Cobb takes a step off the back of the mound before re-engaging back up on top. He's into his 6th inning of work. Another pickoff move over at first, not in time. And they're putting Studman through his paces over at first. Speck gets set to go again. Here comes the 2-2 from Cobb. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. And that was the 2nd out of the inning. Cobb now with 2 strikes here in the 6th. As he has 9 in the game. Samson Noah stepping up to the left-hand side. Lefty. You're going 7-8 through the lineup. Noah back into the left-hand side for his 3rd at-bat of the game. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch, he's going to tap one foul and go down in the count. No balls and a strike. Bryson Carpenter, the right fielder number 6 in the on-deck circle. Sanoa back into the left-hand side. No balls and 1 strike. Cobb comes set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses away with a fastball to even the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike. When the Tetons do record their 3rd out, they will have 8-9-1 due up in the top half of the 7th inning. Here in a 2-run game, 3-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Tetons have been out-hit 8-4. The 1-1 pitch will run upstairs on Sanoa as he gets ahead in the count over Cobb. 2 balls and a strike. Parker Studman led off the inning with an 0-2 single. And now still remains at first base. Cobb will take a peek over. He's had a few pickoff moves to first so far in the inning. The 2-1 pitch, that one's going to be sent back and out of play for Sanoa to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Tetons now 1 pitch away from getting out of this bottom half of the 6th inning. Umpire from the slot putting up some gang signs as Cobb gets ready to go for the 2-2 pitch. Runner on first and 2 away. Cobb gets a sign from Noller and gets set. 2-2 pitch to Sanoa. Upstairs for ball number 3. And Cobb's miss works the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carpenter in the on-deck circle, followed up by McIntyre, back at the top of the lineup. Back in again. Sanoa to the left-hand side. Right on top of the dish. Runner on first. Here comes the payoff. That's going to be lifted over into deep right field. Carbno giving chase off his glove. And that'll one up on the wall. A run's going to come in to score. And that'll make it 4-1 on the American State Bank scoreboard with a 2-out double by Sanoa. Coming up to bat next is going to be the right fielder, number 6, Bryson Carpenter. And before we get there, we're going to have a pitching change here. The day is going to be done for Colin Cobb. And I'm not sure Cobb is too happy about the decision here, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors committed behind him, and he will still be on the book for Sanoa, who is on second base. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. When we come back, we'll let you know who's on the hill for the Tetons. On the season, a 3-0 record in 16 appearances with 8 saves in his 36 innings. He has 48 strikeouts, 6 walks, and has given up 13 runs on 28 hits. He'll be up against Bryson Carpenter, the number 9 hitter through the lineup. He's 1 for 2 in the game with a double and a strikeout. First pitch swinging. That one's going to be into right center field. Mack going over, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. And F8 in the books for out number 3. 1 run comes in on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 run left on base after the end of 6 complete. It's a 3-run game. Tetons still within reach to try and force a winner-take-all game number 3. We'll be back for the top of the 7th in a minute. Seven.
Gage Macri.
Max steps into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Max over 2 so far in the game. As is Reimer, who is due up next. Third trip through the lineup for the Tetons here in this game number 2 of the championship series. First pitch to Mac. He'll be at the knees for called strike number 1. No ball and a strike. Mac in again right on top of the dish. Here comes the 0-1 from Stewart. That's going to be tapped foul towards the Teton dugout. Put back down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Tetons yet to get a hit off of Stewart. They walked twice and hit by pitch once last inning. The 0-2 on the way from Stewart. It's going to be sent into center field by Mac. And drifting over to make the catch, he is going to be the center fielder, number 4, Will Speck. For out number 1. F8 for the first out of the inning. Brings up to bat the left fielder, number 35, Carter Reimer. Reimer over 2 in the game. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat and struck out looking in his second. Reimer into that left-handed side, looking to see if he can't rip one. And he's going to rip one into center field. Going back is going to be Speck, twisting, but he'll be able to get there to make the catch for out number 2 of the inning. F8 for the second consecutive batter, and that will bring up Bradley Cepeda, the second baseman, number 2. Grant Nakuza, the shortstop, number 3, is in the on-deck circle. Cepeda up with no one on and no one away, and 2 away. Stewart will look in again. Here comes the first pitch to Cepeda. He'll foul that one off of Jones's glove to the backstop, and one of the members of the coaching staff for the Tritons will pick that one up. No balls and a strike on Brad, who'll get back in. He is 1 for 3 in the game. He reached via a single in the first inning. He took a line drive up the middle on a 2-0 count. Now here comes an 0-1 that's going to tail away for ball number 1, evening up at 1 apiece. The Tritons will have 1, 2, 3 up once again here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball number 2. The batter back ahead in the count, 2-1, looking to reach safely. Next pitch from Stewart misses away now for ball number 3. The batter looking ball for base hit to reach safely for the 3rd time in the game. He reached in the 5th on an error made by Carpenter in right. And now Stewart again gets ready to go. The 3-1 pitch to Brad on the way. That'll be down low for ball number 4. Cepeda will reach for the 3rd time in the game. Runner on first and 2 away for Grant Nakuza. Nakuza hit a scorcher into left his last at bat. That one was reeled in by Perrin. He's over 3 in the game. Looking to see if he can move Brad around the bases. In the on-deck circle is first baseman number 11, Dylan Klossner. Looking over at first is going to be Stewart. Ready to go for his next at-bat. To Nakuza, he'll check on that one as he gets in there for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Grant taps on the outside of the dish and gets ready to go. Cepeda with a good lead off the bank over at first. The righty Stewart will come set and deliver. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed. Throw down's going to be not in time. As that'll now be an 0-2 count on Nakuza. Runner in scoring position and 2 away. Grant looking for an RBI knock as he taps in again. Stewart steps in. He'll come set with 5 on the pitch clock. Looks up at the runner and delivers. Next pitch, a check swing, and he's not going to go around on that one. The appeal from the line came down, and no, he did not. We'll make it a 1-2 count. Nakuza able to hold up. Let's see if Brad is a little more dancing on the bases. As Stewart again will get ready to go. He'll come set on the hill. Here comes the 1-2. Nakuza's going to send one into left field. Has a chance to go at the wall, and that is going to be on the top of the wall. Nakuza will get into second. And that'll make it a 4-2 game on the American State Bank scoreboard. The Tetons have just about gotten a few of them out here, and as the wind was fighting against that ball drifting out, it'll now make it a 4-2 game with the double coming in. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound now for the Tritons. We'll have to see if this is it for Stewart. .660 Keys News Radio. Now on the mound is Maddox Sullivan, the ERA leader for the Tritons. He comes with a 2.43 ERA on the season, a 5-1 win-loss record through 11 starts, 33 innings pitched, 9 runs allowed on 22 hits, 51 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's up against Dylan Klosser for the Tetons. First pitch misses downstairs in the zone for ball number 1. Cardno in the on-deck circle, runner on second base as Klosser steps up representing the game-tying run, 4-2 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Sullivan comes set, the big righty will deliver. Cardno, there's going to be Klosser with a scorcher right down the first base line, a one-hopper into the glove of Sawyer Stein, and that will be the third out of the inning. Tetons get 1 run on a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 6.5 complete, it's a 4-2. Try and lead back for the start of the bottom of the 7th in a minute. Here in the 7th, as it's all hands on deck now in a 2-run game. Coming up to the plate, it's going to be 1-2-3, and this is the first time that Amon is going to be up against McIntyre. George McIntyre 1 for 3 in the game. He had a single and a run scored in the first. Here comes the first offering, and he's way on front of the changeup from Amon for strike number 1. No balls and a strike. Lachlan back up on the hill. He'll kick and deliver. That's going to be lifted over into left field. That'll be a knock for McIntyre. He's going to whip his way around first hard, and it'll look, but a good return throw in from Reimer. He got it back in a hurry. And that holds McIntyre to his second base hit of the game. Leadoff knock against Amon. Now we'll bring up to bat the second baseman, number 14, Will Myers, who's 1 for 2 in the game with a home run, a strikeout, and a sac fly. Sawyer Stein in the on-deck circle. Myers, Stein, and Perrin, who are now up 2, 3, 4, struck out in order in the 5th inning. Amon puts down a changeup, and it dies below the bat of Myers. No balls and a strike as Amon gets back up on the count, or on top of the hill. No balls and a strike. Back in is Myers again, looking to add to his now 10 home runs on the season. He's going to shoot one foul down the third base line for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. McIntyre again over at first base. Amon in his second inning of work coming in. He got the first out, the only out he needed in the 7th inning on 1 pitch. Now the next one in there to Myers. Is not sure where that one missed, as everyone is confused how that one was middle in the zone, called ball number 1.
Get lucky.
Amon again will come set. Now the 1-2 pitch. Long look over to first base. Now the delivery. Belt high for an emphatic call on strike 3. Looking. Amon gets his first punch out of the game as Myers goes down. Now runner on first and 1 away. And Sawyer Stein will step up into the right-handed side. He is over 2 with 2 strikeouts in the game. He struck out in the 1st and the 5th inning to Cobb, walked in the 3rd. Amon will take a long stare over at McIntyre at first base. Now deliver. That'll be a soft tapper back up to Amon. He'll look at a second, nothing there. He'll go to first in time for the second out of the inning. That'll push McIntyre into scoring position in second base. And now, with 2 outs and a runner in second, it is the left fielder, number 1, Tate Perrin. Perrin 1 for 3 in the game. Was up into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Amon looking to strand the runner on second. And retire the 3rd out of the inning. Not going to look into Nor to get the next sign. Here comes the first pitch to Perrin. The in there for strike number 1. No balls and a strike. McIntyre with the leadoff single in the inning now at second base after he was hit over there on the soft tapper by Stein. Amon again set to go. Here comes the 0-1. That one to be waved at by Perrin as he goes down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And we'll see if Lachlan looks to make him silly with a big changeup here on the 0-2. Lachlan again looking to get a sign from Nor. He'll come set on the hill. Here comes the 0-2 offering. This is up and away for ball number 1. 1 ball and no strike. Lachlan with 1 strikeout so far. He's pitched 1 complete innings of service. Here to his second inning of work. Ryland with the hand signs on with the runner up at second. Lachlan comes set on the hill. The 1-2 offering on the way to Perrin. Lifted up into right field. Cardinal ranging over, and he's going to catch the towering fly ball for the 3rd out of the inning. 9. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base after 7 complete. It's a 4-2 Triton lead. Tetons looking to get 2. to the plate, 4, 5, 6. Looking to see if they can get a couple more runs here on the board. They'll be up against the ace for one of the aces for here. This Triton staff. That's the lowest ERA pitcher on the hill, Maddox Sullivan, in with a 2.43 in for his second inning of work. First pitch into Cardinal will run inside from Sullivan to the lefty for ball number 1. Jason over 2 in the game. He was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Now looking to see if he can reach again here in the top of the 8th inning. Sullivan with the 1-0 pitch. Cardinal's going to fight that one off. Makes a big cut, runs in along the hands, back up and out of play. It'll go to even the count at 1 apiece, 1 ball and 1 strike. The designated hitter, number 7, Ashton Sweet, due up next, followed by the catcher, number 6, Rylan Noor. Sullivan ready to go. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that one will again be fought off by Cardinal as he falls down in the count, 1-2. Mason readjusts before he steps back into the box. Cardinal looking for hit number 50 of the season. Sullivan will deliver the 1-2 pitch down and in for ball number 2 to even the count of that 2 apiece. No one on, no one away for the leadoff batter here in the top of the 8th inning. Cardinal, Sweet, and Noor. Set to be up for the Tetons. Cardinal was left stranded on first in the 6th inning after being hit by a pitch. As Sullivan gets ready, here comes the 2-2, runs down and in for ball number 3. From 0-2 to 3-2. Carves looking to battle with Sweet in the on-deck circle, hoping to have a runner on as he looks to potentially tie it up or get the Tetons closer to it as the 3-2 pitch will be on the way. Will be launched into deep right field. Back going Campbell. He won't have a chance. Tip, potato chip, touch them all. Jason is the Teton. And pull with in one. He's like, scoreboard. As the booth up here explodes, as does the dugout. The Tetons now 1 run away from tying this one up. Ashton Sweet will come up to the plate next. The Tetons now have the tying run at the plate. He doubled up the ball in the 4th inning. Comes up to the plate. 1 for 3 in the game. That one absolutely launched off the bat of Cardinal. As the wind now has started to push in a little bit from right center field. Here comes the first pitch. Too sweet, and Ashton's going to send one straight back into the netting. And you can see a lot of the fans in attendance jumping out of the way for reflex. Sweet now behind the count, 0-1, looking to see if he can start things off. No one on, no one away. The first pitch to Sweet is going to be a line drive into right field. Coming in is going to be Carpenter to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That one was hit on a line by Ashton. 9 in the books. Out 0-1 brings up to bat Rylan Noor. Rylan 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out in the 2nd and has since had a sac fly, an RBI sac fly in the 4th, and then a walk in the 6th, coming back up in the 8th. And Matt Moreno will be following him up with no one on after Noor, who steps up with no one on and 1 away. Sullivan with the first pitch. That one runs up for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Sullivan, the second pitcher of record for the Tritons, now has a 1-run lead as he looks back in to get ready to go. The 1-0 pitch to Rylan is going to be taken just above the belt for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Noor looking to see if he can reach to the Tetons, potentially bring in the tying run here in the 8th inning and force a game number 3. They got halfway there with the solo home run from Cardno. Noor ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, looking to reach. Here comes a 3-0. Getting the over fastball in there for called strike number 1. And Sullivan now will look to battle back. Noor with the hitter's count, 3-1, looking ball 4, base hit. Sullivan, the righty, kicks and delivers. That one will catch the outside corner. Second straight fastball. Now will work the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sullivan again will pick up the pitch. A quick glance at his wrist, and now the payoff pitch is on the way. That's going to be a line drive up the middle, and that'll be a base hit by Noah Sullivan. Had to duck down out of the way of that one. As Noah with a solid line drive. That'll be his first hit of the game. 7th overall for Williston State here in this one. And that brings up to bat the third baseman, number 9, Matt Moreno. And we have someone making their way back from the bullpen over for the Tritons. Runner on first and one away. Moreno is over 2 in the game, looking to deliver a big knock. First pitch misses up and away for ball number 1. Matt walked in the second inning, struck out looking in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th, looking for his first hit of the game. Runner on first and one away. Sullivan comes set and delivers the 1-0 pitch. Moreno takes that one upstairs for ball number 2. Now there's going to be a meeting at the mound with Jones and Sullivan. The battery mates have a quick conversation as Sullivan looking to avoid getting the loss. The Tritons looking to be in town for just a couple of games. Tetons looking to force a winner-take-all, which would get underway about a half an hour if after this one gets finished up, but that is only if they win. Out there on the hill as Jones looking to get his pitcher to find the zone. 2-0 count. Runner on first and second. Now should Moreno safely. He will represent a go-ahead run here in the top half of the 8th inning. Coming set again is going to be Sullivan. Here comes the 2-0 to Moreno. Now a big cut. Just couldn't catch up to the fastball. Works the count. 1 ball and no strikes. I think Moreno wants that pitch back again. We'll see if Sullivan will oblige him. Nor with a moderate lead off the bat first. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Now it's going to be a hard shot up to second base, to 4, to 6, and to 3 for the inning double play. 1 run comes in on 2 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base at the end of 7.5 complete. It's a 1 run, 4-3 game. Tritons up on top of back for the bottom of the 8th in 1 minute. Parker Studman, the third baseman, number 22. He's 3 for 3 coming into this game. He's accounted for 3 of the 10 hits for the Tritons. The Tetons get back defensively, ready to go. Avon comes set on the hill. First pitch to Sullivan. That's going to be first pitch to Studman. That's going to be lifted up, and Cardno takes a bad route on it. It's going to go over his head, as that'll be a stand-up double to lead things off. Well, Cardno with a couple of hard steps in, didn't realize how much carry that one had. He ended up getting burned by it. And now that will be an insurance run in scoring position here. Amon now looking to
You're good lucky.
battle back and strand the runner on bases, and stepping up to the plate is going to be catcher number 12, Ben Jones. Jones 1 for 3 so far in the game. Stepping up to the plate stepping into the on-deck circle is center fielder number 4, Will Specht. Lachlan comes set on the hill, checks out, no one holding on Studman, and the first pitch is going to miss away to Jones for ball number 1. Bullpen activity going for the Tetons, as well as for the Tritons here in just a 1-1 game, 4-3 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Amon will come set again after getting the sign from Knorr. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Jones. This is upstairs for ball number 2. Tetons, if they can get out of the inning unscathed, will have their final 3 outs to try to battle back from down just 1 here in Game 2 of the District Championship Series. Amon now looking to battle back. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Jones. That one will catch that outside corner of the zone for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jones looking for his second hit of the game. He had a multi-hit game in game number 1 yesterday. Amon again gets set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be lifted up into left center field. Has a chance to go. It'll be off the base of the wall. Reimer will pick it up. That'll be an RBI double for Jones, his first extra base hit of the game. And 1 run comes in to score to make it a 2-run, 5-3 game on the American State Bank scoreboard. Now up to the plate is going to be center fielder number 4, Will Specht. Specht is over 3 in the game. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to first base. Now Jones in scoring position. Looking to be driven in by Specht. Amon has 3 outs left to give in this 8th inning. The Tetons now will need to score 2 to force extras, or 3, and then a hole to walk it off. There's going to be a laid down bunt. Knorr will look the runner back and fire a late throw, and he's going to take too long. That'll be an infield single by Knorr. And just took 1 too many pump fakes to look the runner back to second before sending it to first. That'll bring up to bat Sam Sanoa, the designated hitter, number 31. Sanoa doubled in his last at-bat of the game. Williston State looking to see if they can't right the ship here and avoid the wheels falling off late to give themselves a chance in the 9th inning. Runners on first and second with no one away. 1 run has come in. Amon takes a look up at second and delivers another bunt attempt, and that one's going to be fouled off by Sanoa, who will go down to the count. No balls and a strike. Bryson Carpenter, the right fielder, number 6, in the on-deck circle, followed up by George McIntyre back at the top of the lineup. Sanoa lefty again, ready to go. Runners on first and second. Amon will deliver the 0-1, another bunt attempt, and that one again is going to be called down low to even up the count on Sanoa. 1 ball and 1 strike. Teton pitchers have been battling all game long, not getting the calls that they think they should have to get, and have been forced to take bigger bites out over the plate. 1-1 pitch, looking to see if they can avoid that. Here comes another bunt opportunity, and that's going to be put back by Sanoa. Now 1 and 2 strikes. We'll see if this Triton team looks to gamble and try to put down a bunt on a 1 and 2 count. Look to try to sneak one past in a potential high-risk, high-reward play. Amon again will get the sign from Knorr. Runners on first and second. Knorr with a particularly big lead, and Amon will step off the back of the mound for his first. Now he'll look to re-engage. Sanoa back in. He's 1 for 3. He doubled in the 6th inning. Now back up here in the 8th. Amon set again. We'll take a look up at second in Jones and delivers. Swing on and miss. And Sanoa goes down for the first out of the inning. Bringing up to bat Bryson Carpenter, who is 1 for 2 in the game as well. He doubled in the 4th inning and is left stranded there. Now he'll come up to the plate. 1 for 3 in the game. He flew out in the 6th and struck out in the 2nd inning. He'll come up to the plate once again with runners on first and second, 1 away. Amon looking to see if he can induce something firm to one of the middle infielders to get cleanly out of this inning after allowing just one. Lackland takes a peek up at second base. Brad falls back into the hole. First pitch misses down and away, and that one's going to be smothered for ball number one by Knorr. Carpenter ready to go again. Expected first. Jones up to second. Amon will deliver the 1-2 offer pitch to Carpenter, who's going to rocket one off the glove of Moreno, and that will take a lot of pace off it, allowing Jones to easily come in to score from second. And that will now make it a 6-3 lead for the Tritons. And here comes Coach Cobb, and we're going to have another pitching change for the Tetons. We'll take a minute and a half break and let you know who's going to be on the hill for Williston State in 90 seconds. George McIntyre, he's coming back up for his fifth trip to the plate. Andrew Maltar on the hill now for Williston State. Maltar comes in with a 4.19 ERA, a 2-0 win-loss record in 10 appearances, 3 starts on the year, 19.1 innings pitched. He's given up 9 runs on 11 hits, struck out 13 and walked 9. Runners on first and second and no one away. McIntyre back into the box, runners on first and second. Both runners will be on the hook for Amon. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss upstairs as well. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. Wyatt Myers in the on-deck circle. Tetons trail by 3, 6-3 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 runs have come across by Iowa Central. Lackland Amon will again, not Lackland. It is going to be Maltar looking in. Andrew will get the side. Next pitch will catch the outside corner for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. McIntyre is 2 for 4 so far in the game, a pair of singles. Andrew looks up at second. Now deliver the 2-1. That one's going to be fought off. Drifts out of play over the first base line to even the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew works his way back up on top of the hill once again. 2-2 the count. Looking to get McIntyre for the second out of the inning. Here comes the next pitch. Misses somewhere for ball number 3. Loads the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew works his way again back up on top. Maltar and his first batter faced, looking to win the battle with the full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runners on first and second, and 1 away. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one's going to be sent over into right field. Cardinal giving chase. That one is going to be off the base of the wall, and it'll be McIntyre holding up with a long single. No one comes in to score on that one, as Speck had to hold up. Wasn't sure if that one was going to be out or caught by Cardinal. Now it will be bases loaded. 3rd hit of the game for McIntyre. And Wyatt Myers, who is 1 for 2 in the game with a home run, will step into the right-handed side of the box. Another trip to the mound, or to the bullpen for the Tetons, as Dylan Gierke now starts to warm up. Maltar looks in to get the sign, and will deliver the first offering to Myers. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Along with the home run, Myers has also hit a sac fly and has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. 1 each to Kopp and Amon. Now Maltar looking in to add his name to that list. Next pitch is going to be down in the dirt. Good play by Moore to get just enough of it. It trickled between his legs, but only a couple feet away. He was able to pick it up, and everyone has to stay where they're at. McIntyre on first, Carpenter on second, and Specht on third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for called strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Myers. Maltar looking for the 3rd strike here to get the punch out. His 14th strikeout of the season. He'll get set the 1-2. Way down and away. Good pick by Norris. That evens up the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded and 1 away. Maltar again gets set. Ryland putting on the signs with bases loaded. 2-2 the count. Maltar will deliver the 2-2, and that's going to be a line drive single into center field. One's going to come in. Here comes a second. It'll be first to third by McIntyre. And that will make it an 8-3 lead. Now runners on the corners and 1 away. And the task that the Tetons need to do in the top half of the 9th inning, getting a little bit larger, as they'll need to get 6 runs to come from behind and stave off the Tritons in the bottom of the 9th inning. But first, they'll have to get a couple more outs on the board, starting first with Sawyer Stein, the first baseman, number 33. He comes into this at-bat, 0-for-3 in the game. His 1 trip to the bases came back in the 3rd inning when he drew a walk on 4 straight pitches. First pitch from Maltar misses up and away for ball number 1. Perrin, the next batter up, will be the 9th batter in the inning. 1-0. As Stein will sit back in Tetons, hoping for a double play ball to quickly get out of the inning. And there's going to be their wish, and it'll be up to Zapata. He only has 1 play to go as a 2 soft. Up to Brad at second. It'll be a 4-3 put out. The run comes in from Specht at third. Not Specht over at third. It'll be McIntyre. And now up to the plate is going to be Perrin. 5 runs have come in the inning. That ground out now has just a runner on second base. First pitch catches the outside corner to Perrin. The 9th batter up through the inning. Myers now on second base. As Perrin looking to see if he can add another to this 5-run total here in the 8th inning. 9-3, a 6-run lead. Here comes the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. And Perrin will fall down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Perrin 1 for 4 in the game. He reached on a single in the 1st inning and advanced on an error in the same play. Later came around to score on a single by Stunman. Next pitch, and there's going to be a check swing. Appeal is going to come down. They said he did not go around. Looked to be very close. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maltar looking for 1 more pitch to get his guys back up to bat in the top half of the 9th of their season on the line. Looks in to get a sign from Nord. Runner on second and 2 away. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outer half. So that is the final out of the inning. Tetons give up 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after the end of 8 complete, 9-3. Back for the start of the ninth in 1 minute. Johnson for his first at-bat of the game. Johnson comes in with a .231 average on the season. Johnson steps in for his first at-bat, number 24. Be up against Sullivan. We'll see if Johnson can give one a ride. First pitch is going to be fouled off along the first base line, out of play for strike number 1. Johnson looking to get around on one. Reimer in the on-deck circle for Williston State. And looking again is going to be Sullivan. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Johnson. Thing on the outside corner, little elevated for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole now looking to battle back behind in the count. Here comes the next offering from Sullivan. Johnson swings and misses for the first out of the 9th inning. Tetons down to their final 2 outs of the season.
Number
It's going to be number 7. Maybe number 35, left fielder Carter Reimer. Reimer ready to go in the left-hand side of the batter's box. He comes into the at-bat over 3, couple of pop outs and a strikeout. Zapata in the on-deck circle, followed up by Nakusa. Who's out on the hill is going to be Sullivan. A high pop fly by Reimer. That was going to drift towards foul fence, and that will be caught along the fence by the Tritons. And making the catch is the third baseman, Parker Studman.
Number 2, Bradley Zapata.
And 2 are away as Bradley Zapata will step up to the plate. Representing the final out for Williston State. He is 1 for 3 in the game. Made 3 trips to the plate. Now looking to see if he can get one more hit to start out a big 2-out rally for the Tetons. So they'll come down on the hill. First pitch to Zapata. Missed downstairs for ball number 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Brad taking his time, digging back into the right-hand side. Sullivan will deliver the 1-0 pitch to Zapata. That one catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Evening up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. No one on and 2 away. Sullivan again has went strictly from the stretch. Delivers the 1-1 pitch. Soft foul ball from Zapata. Back to the on-deck circle. The Tetons now down to their final strike here in the District Championship Series. No one on and 2 away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zapata looking to battle. Sullivan with the offering to Brad. Will be a grounder up to McIntyre at short. He'll fire across. And there is the final out as the Tritons advance to the 2026 World Series. And the Tetons end their season 2 wins short of making there. A fantastic win for Williston State. We'll break down this one, and in doing so, the season for the Tetons. We'll first take a quick 1-minute timeout and have Mitchell Dr. Postgame report here from Williston. Back in a minute.